Gupta and I'm 11 years old. I'm the founder of tenniscodacase.com, and if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today we are gonna do a very interesting topic in Java. So in Java, we are gonna learn about enums, right? So enums is also a very important concept and it is also very interesting. So without any delay, let's get started. Damn. So first we'll see what exactly is enum, right? An enum is a special class. So it is a kind of class, it is a special type of class that represents a group of constants. So in that there is a group of constant. That means that once you have defined any value in an enum, you cannot change it further in your code. So once you have defined any value in your enum, you cannot further change it in your code. That is what constants are. So enum contains constants. That means once you have defined a value in enum, you cannot change it further in your code, right? And basically constants are like final. When you give a final modifier, right, then also you create in constants whose value you're not able to change. Similarly in enum, the values are also like final attributes. It's like, but it is not the same, right? Like they are constants like final attribute, but they are not the same thing, right? So enum is short for enumerations. Enum is just a short word for enumeration, which means specifically listed, right? So enumerations means specifically listed, right? So we'll just jump into an example of enums. So over here we have an enum level, right? So it is a type of class. Enum is a type of class, but it is kind of a class, but it isn't, right? So it isn't a class, but it is a kind of class. So we are giving enum class, so we are giving the enum before this level, right? So we are doing enum level, so we are giving enum before this level, right? So it is created an enum for us in which we have constants low, medium and high, right? So like over here we have constants now, right? And now in our class main, in a public class main, what we are doing, we have a public static void, our main method, right? Right, so we have a main method in which we are kind of creating we are like we have we are giving level over here, right? So my var is basically a level, and you can say basically an object of the level class, right? And then you're doing level dot medium. So level my var equals level dot medium. So what is it is doing, you can just say that my var is a kind of an object of level, the level enum, right? And equals to level dot medium. So all the constants that you give in enum have basically are by default static. So because they are static, you can access them directly using the enum. So we are able to access it directly using the enum, right? So we are able to do level dot medium, right? We are able to do this directly, level dot medium. So we are able to access it directly, as all the constants that you give in an enum are by default static, right? So they are static, and that's why we can directly access it using the enum. And then if you just try to print out my var, then we'll get that value. Level dot medium has the value medium, right? And you see, this is a odd kind of syntax where there are no quotation marks, there are no double quotations, right? So normally in our, like when we give like something like this in an array also, we don't have something like without quotations. We have a character with single quotations and we have a string with double quotations, but we have seen this for the first time where there are no quotation marks, right? Quite cool, quite cool. right? We'll move on to the next example where our enum is inside our class main. So over here we have a class main, inside that we have a enum which is low, medium and high, right? And then we have the main method where we are kind of, my var is a kind of object of level, right, of our enum, because enum is a kind of class, so my var is a kind of object, right, of our enum level, right? And then we are doing equals to level dot medium. So I told you medium is static, so we are directly able to access it using level, right? So level dot medium will bring us the value of medium, right? And then if we just print out my var, we'll get medium, as level dot medium is bringing us the value medium. So this is how you access values directly using the class, right? So because they are static, you can directly use the class to bring the values of enum. Just give the class name and then dot and that whatever value you want, so you'll get that value, right? Quite cool. This was enums in our class main, right? Now we have enums in a switch statement. So this is the main use of enums. When you have a switch statement, you should always use enums, because enums are kind of have values that have cases, right? So enum, I'll just explain it with this example. So we have enum level which has low, medium and high. Then in our main class, what we are doing, we are creating an object of a level, right? And its value is level dot medium, right? So its value is this medium, right? Level dot medium. So that is coming, the medium value is coming in our myvar. Then in the switch statement, we are switching on myvar, right? So we are switching on myvar and checking that if it is low, then print out low level and then break. If it is medium, print out medium level and then break. And if it is high, just print out high level and then break. So this is where enums come in use, guys. Where you have a switch statement, you should use an enum, right? Where you have an enum, enum basically has a kind of, in enum you just save a kind of state, what state something is in. So like over here, level is in low, medium or high, that we can save anywhere in any variable we like. And then we can, whenever a point comes where we want to check what is the value of that variable, we need to switch on it. So for example, I'll just give you a quick example. Someone enters the input of on which level they want to start their game on, right? So you have created a game and you are allowing the user to say from which level the user wants to start. So the user wants to start from the highest level, that means the highest difficulty. So what you will do, you will have a levels enum where you will have low, medium and high. And if the user has given you high, so you are doing level myware, or you can just say level, user level equals to level dot high, as the user inputted, entered high, right? And then you will at some point of game, you want to move on to the next level when the user completed the previous level, right? So the user completed the high level, so you want to move on to the super high level, right? So what you'll do, we'll switch on that value, check if it was low, move on to the medium level. If it was medium, move on to the high level. If it was high already, then move on to the super high level, right? That's how enums will come in use, right? So I just completely made this example up right now. Okay, then our fourth example, where we are using enums with a for loop. So over here we have an enum which has low, medium and high, right? Then we in a class main, we have a public our main method where we are using the for each loop to loop on our enum. So we are saying level myvar equals level dot values. So level dot values gives us basically an enum, right? So it gives us basically an enum. And what what the for each loop is able to do, it is able to loop on that enum that dot values is giving. And in the enum we have three values, all the values that we are defining in our enum, right? So in our basically level dot values is giving us an enum with all the values that are defined, right? And the for loop is able to take one value at a time, and able to save it in myvar. So first value will be low, so it will save it in myvar. Then second time it will be a medium, and myvar value will be medium. Then the third time it will be high, and myvar's value will be high. And every time, for every value of the enum, what we are doing, we are printing out myvar. So we are printing basically every value of the enum. Oh, I didn't show you the previous examples result. Okay, so you saw this. I'll just show you quickly the previous examples result. So over here, as in the previous example, it is medium, right? So it is level dot medium, right? So my var's value is medium, so it should show in it should go into the case medium and print medium level, right? And then break out, right? This is what should exactly happen. So yeah, we got medium level, quite cool. And then I showed you the for loop example also. Comment this out. Yeah, so now we'll see difference between enums and classes. Okay, so an enum can, just like a class, have attributes and methods. So we have seen these are the attributes in an enum, like these constants are basically the attributes of an enum, right? Right? uh, have attributes, and the only difference is, right, the only difference is that enum constants are public, static, and final. So these enums constants are public, static, and final by default, right? Like basically unchangeable, cannot be overwritten, right? The next difference is that an enum cannot be used to create objects, and it cannot extend other classes, right? So as I told you above, it is creating a kind of object of a enum. So we are creating a kind of object of an enum everywhere. So over here I said that we are creating a kind of object of the enum. We are not exactly creating an enum object, we just want to access the value of the enum. That's why that is the syntax, right? So it enums cannot be used to create objects, and it cannot extend other classes, right? So it cannot extend other classes. So like it cannot do enum extends from this, but it can implement interfaces. What it can do, it can extend from interfaces, that is called implement, right? So it can implement interfaces. So with enum you can implement interfaces, right? Now I'll just show you how to create a method in enums. So over here we have our all our value constant values, and once we have given the constant values, we need to give the semicolon, right? And then we can define our method in it, where I have defined a my method that will return nothing, and it will just print out hi. And whenever I call my method like this level dot my math, because it is by default static, as we read over here that it is by default, the only difference is that enum constants are public, static, and final. Also enum methods and attributes are public, static, and final, right? So we are calling level dot my math. So because my math is static, that's why we are able to call it directly on level, right? And basically my method is printing out high, so it will just print out high for us, right? Right. So now we'll see the uses of enum. So I've already told you one use where I just made up a test case myself, but some we need to use enums when we have values that we know aren't going to change. So whenever we have some values that we know that they are not gonna change in the future, then we can use an enum like month, days, right? month, days, colors, deck of cards, etc. So a deck of cards won't change, colors won't change, days won't change, month won't change. That's where we can use an enum. And I told you the primary use of enum is where you have a switch statement. So wherever you have a switch statement, most probably you'll see an enum, right? So this was it for this video, guys. I hope you like this video. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you, guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Down.